Yeah, there's no reason for it, and it was just it's crazy how quickly it all boiled over, and it was all these events happening together at the same time, right? The COVID, the lockdowns, the anger, everybody got real weird because everyone was just locked in their home for months at a time, and then the George Floyd thing and the public outrage and the people were on the street, and then people were encouraging it and funding it. There were certain groups that were encouraging it, organizing it, and funding it, and they got money from people to do it, and they had pallets of bricks that were conveniently located on the street. All that stuff's real.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we saw it. It was remarkable to see it in real time.
That's why it's crazy having a guy like Mike Benz lay out how it all is going down. And you think, oh, it's all organic. People are fed up. No, there's a bunch of people that are profiting off of this.
Yes.
They want this to take place. They want to be able to push new laws through. They want to be able to grip tighter control on censorship. These social media companies have to pay. They're responsible for this. No, you fucking funded it. You fucking funded it with tax money that was filtered through NGOs, you cocksuckers. You guys are a part of this. You want this to happen.
Right. That's where everyone just pause. Yeah. Just like pump the brakes. If it feels like, what was that song by Iron Maiden? I can't remember, but it speeds up at the end. You know, that's what it felt like the last 4 years, especially during 2020. I was like, oh, this is the end of like Paranoid or whatever it was. And it just sped up and you're like, oh, is this how the end of the story goes? Like as in humanity?
It could be.
Yeah.
I think we got a taste of what's possible, but I also think, it was horrible. Anybody who lost someone, anybody where it all went down, I think it was horrible. Don't get me wrong. But I also think we're lucky.
Yes.
Because we got to see it. It's horrible if you lost your business. It's horrible if you got forced to get vaccinated. It's horrible. All those things are horrible. But we got to see how many people are fucking cowards. We got to see how many people fold as soon as there any sort of external pressure from either their surround or how many people got forced into it by their job. Sure. We got to see that. And we got to see how there are unscrupulous groups in power that will coerce people to do things that are not scientific, they're not ethical, they're not moral, if they can profit off of it. And we got to see that they will use you as a human fucking ATM machine, and they will figure out a way to maximize their profits and maximize their control. So now we know. So now you can't think that the world is some sort of 1950s movie where the good guys wear the white hats and the bad guys wear the black hats. You got to realize, there's a lot of human interest shit going on. And humans have a certain interest in getting control over money and over people, and they do it whenever they can. And if they can do it through the guise of being progressive and kind, or if they can do it through the guise of, whatever, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever it is, they find a way to rationalize these very specific patterns of behavior that the founding fathers of this country fought against when they created the Bill of Rights and they created the Constitution. They did all that knowing that these human nature, these human instincts exist.
Yeah, it'll keep flow charting back down to this eventually. And it's like, hold on, people are people and people are going to do people stuff.
And every time they pass something like the Patriot Act or the Patriot Act 2, they just chip away at that. They're chipping away at that. And it's their job to do that in their mind.
Right.
It shouldn't be, because there's not enough oversight of them. That's the problem. It's like, this is the whole concept of the deep state, which was always like such a stupid conspiracy theory for the longest time. People are like, oh, you're worried about the deep state? Until you are. Until you're like, oh my God, it's real. Oh my God. How did that kid get on that roof?
Come on.
How did he walk around with a fucking rangefinder? Like we were talking about before, rangefinders? Yeah, that's what he had. That's why you use those, folks, for fucking shooting people.
He's not golfing.
The whole thing was nuts. Yeah. And we were all just sitting there going, oh, the deep state's real. Like, oh, someone did something here. How did his apartment get professionally scrubbed? Are there a team of people that are actually organizing something like this? Has this happened before? Why won't they release the Kennedy files? He died how many fucking years ago? 1963?
Yeah.
That's 61 years ago. How about you release that?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, how about you guys release that?
Yeah, or there's maybe a reason?
Yeah.
Do you think that stuff's going to, do you think
61 years is not a lot of time, though. That's a good point. Like maybe we should wait another 60.
Makes sense, right?
People aren't ready yet. They're not ready yet.